Whenever we talk about AI voice tools, one name almost always comes up first: ElevenLabs. The quality is great, but here's the real question. What if there was a tool that delivers the same level of realism, maybe even better emotional expression, while being way more flexible and faster to use? That's exactly what we're testing today. In this video, I'll be comparing Noiz AI with ElevenLabs. Real features, real outputs, no fluff. And by the end, you'll know exactly which one actually makes more sense for creators. Let's start with the text-to-speech feature. I'll open Noiz AI, head to the text-to-speech section, and simply paste in my script. Now from here, one thing I really like is that you get access to multiple voice options, so you're not stuck with just one kind of narration style. You can choose different voice roles depending on the type of content you're creating.
With each breath, imagine a soft blue light filling your lungs.
When you finally grasp a concept that once seemed impossible, it is like a key turning in a lock.
The best feedback isn't the numbers. It is the message that says.
For this example, I'm going with the creator, Liam, because it feels natural and fits this script really well. Now, before generating the voice, you can make the output more expressive in two ways. First, if you want more manual control, you can use emotion tags and brackets to guide how certain parts should sound. And if you want the process to be even easier, you can also use the Smart Emotion option, which helps automatically add emotional variation for you. In my case, I'm adding the emotions manually. Then below that, you also get effect options like phone call, vintage radio, concert hall, and more. But for now, I'll keep it on no effect, so we can hear the clean original output first. After that, I'll choose the model, and here you get options like Emotion Engine V2 and Voice Fidelity V1. I'm going with Emotion Engine V2 because it gives better emotional range and makes the delivery feel more alive. I'm not changing the pacing for now, but if needed, that's there too. Another useful control here is the pause tool, which lets you manually add pauses anywhere in the script. So if you want your narration to sound more natural, more dramatic, or better timed for editing, that becomes really helpful. Once everything is set, I'll just click Speak It, and within moments, the voiceover is ready. So let's hear the output.
Creating a story is easy, but turning that story into an actual video or a full series, that is where most creators get stuck.
All right, so the output sounds really clean and natural, and it was super easy to generate as well. But what makes this even more interesting is how flexible it is. So now, using the same script and settings, let's try adding an effect. I'll switch to something like phone call and generate it again.
Creating a story is easy, but turning that story into an actual video or a full series, that is where most creators get stuck.
These kinds of effects can be really useful depending on what kind of content you're creating, whether it's storytelling, cinematic scenes, or even just making your videos more engaging. So overall, this text-to-speech feature is not just about generating a voice, it's about shaping it exactly the way you want. Now let's move to another very powerful and honestly one of the most interesting features: voice cloning. I'll simply click on Clone Your Voice, and this takes us to the voice cloning interface. From here, you get two options. You can either upload an existing audio file, or you can record your voice directly. And here's something really interesting. If you've used tools like ElevenLabs before, you'll know that they usually require at least around 10 to 11 seconds of audio to properly clone a voice. But with Noiz AI, you can do it with as little as a 3-second audio clip, which is honestly very impressive. So for this example, I'm going to upload a short audio clip. But before uploading, let's quickly preview the original voice that we're going to clone.
Ask her to bring these things with her from the store.
Alright, so that's the original voice. Now I'll upload this clip here, and within a few seconds, it gets processed. After that, I'll click on Next, which takes us to the preview section. Here, we can actually listen to how the cloned voice sounds.
Take a moment for yourself. This simple trick can bring a little more peace and joy into your busy daily routine.
If everything feels good, we can move forward. And then finally, we reach the Save section where we can customize everything, like giving the voice a name, selecting voice details, adding labels, and even writing a short description. Once everything is set, I'll simply save this voice. Now to test it, I'll click on Test This Voice, which brings us back to the text-to-speech section. But this time, our cloned voice is already selected. I'll use the same script as before and generate the voice. And as you can hear,
Creating a story is easy, but turning that story into an actual video or a full series, that is where most creators get stuck.
the result sounds really interesting and quite natural, especially considering that this clone was created using just a 3 to 4 second audio clip. And that's what makes Noiz AI stand out. Let's take this to the next level, because now, we're not just cloning or generating voices. We're actually going to design a completely new voice from scratch. So for that, I'll click on Design New Voice, and this takes us to a clean interface where we can literally create a voice just by using a character reference. First, I'll upload an image of the character, and this is where things get really interesting, because now, instead of just picking voices, we're actually telling the AI what kind of personality, tone, and style we want. So here, I'll simply describe the voice, like how it should sound, its tone, personality, delivery style, everything. Once that's done, I'll click on Generate Voice, and now the system analyzes both the image and the prompt to create a completely new voice. Alright, so once the generation is complete, it gives us multiple voice options to choose from. I'll preview all of them first.
That's precisely the conclusion I reached after reviewing the preliminary dataset.
That's precisely the conclusion I reached after reviewing the preliminary dataset.
And I personally like this one the most, so I'll select it and move forward. After selecting, just like before, we can customize everything. Give it a name, set voice details, add labels, and a description. And once everything is done, I'll simply save the voice. Now let's test it out. I'll head back to the text-to-speech section, use the same script again, and generate the output using this newly designed voice.
Creating a story is easy, but turning that story into an actual video or a full series, that is where most creators get stuck.
And this is honestly crazy, because just using a single image and a prompt, we've created a completely new, natural-sounding voice. And compared to tools like ElevenLabs, this gives you way more flexibility, not just in cloning, but in actually creating something unique from scratch. Noiz AI isn't just about human speech, it's a powerhouse for sound design. You can literally design any sound you can imagine. For example, I prompted a lion roaring, and the output was top-tier quality. But here's where it gets really practical. The voice library. It offers unlimited storage for your cloned voices, which is a lifesaver for long-form projects. You never have to worry about losing your generated clips. They're all stored right here. And the best part? It's 80% cheaper than ElevenLabs. You're getting professional-grade AI audio at a fraction of the price. The link is in the description. Go explore it for yourself. I'll see you in the next one.